Welcome back. Friday, June 11th. This is the Alf'Dawg Show, Anthony Alford. And ladies and gentlemen, we have an issue in our hands. Just now, yesterday, Colorado, the University of Colorado, officially joined the Pac-10 Conference, the Pacific 10 Conference. Colorado did. Today, even before we got on the air, Boise State joined the Mountain West. So, and then there are sources saying that all of the schools outside of Baylor in the Big 12 South is poised to move to the Pac-10. Now, I've said this is long-term, this is bad for college football. I will explain more a little bit later. But I created a chart. This is so much going on, I had to diagram this in a chart. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it. We'll see here. Let's see. Not sure if you can see this, because I can barely see it here. Okay, yeah, I can see a little bit of it. Here's a chart. Got a little chart here. And there's like a big envelope. You know, remember that episode of Arthur when Arthur got a big notice from the principal. He said, "Give it to your mom. It's not for you. Give it to your mom." And usually this means trouble, but it really wasn't. That's kind of how I got this chart. So let me show you, or try to show you, what's going on here in this chart here. If, you know, the camera's not that great. Okay, right here on this left side here, you got the Big Ten. Big Ten. Those are the Big Ten schools. Nebraska. So was it somewhere? Yeah, Nebraska right there. Question mark. Will they join the Big Ten? Nebraska is getting first notice from the Big Ten. You see Missouri was down here as well. Missouri, not quite. Missouri hasn't even got, according to Big Ten sources, they haven't even got an invitation yet. So it all depends on what Nebraska does. Now, if you just lose Nebraska, or that's not even official, if you just lose Colorado, then the Big Ten, the Big 12 obviously will still live. But here's where we run into some problems. Okay? This is the Pac-10. Yeah, there you see Pac-10. This right now is the Big 12. Now, Colorado is already in the Pac-10. They will join beginning in 2011. They will join USC, UCLA, all those schools you see there. California, all there. Now, here's where things get interesting. You got Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State. All from the Big 12 South. That's 5 schools, that's the 5 money makers to the Pac-10. From here to the Pac-10. The school that's left out, and if Missouri then joins the Big Ten, the schools that's left is Baylor, Kansas, Kansas State, and Iowa State. Iowa State is way down here. Never said I was going to be a meteorologist. Now, if these schools, if those schools join the Pac-10, if they join the Pac-10, the Big 12 is finished. There are no questions asked. The Big 12 is finished. There's no rebuilding the conference. It's finished. Because what's going to happen, because, also remind you, what was made official today, Boise State no longer is in the RAC. They are in the MAC, not the MAC, the Mountain West. They're in the Mountain West. They will join BYU, TCU. Well, I'm not doing a good job here with this paper turning. TCU, Utah, UNLV. Schools that have had presence in the top of the polls in football. This all comes back to football because that's where the money is made. Now you heard Bill Shelf. If you ever heard his perspective, he's the head basketball coach at Kansas. Kansas is one of the schools that's not being considered for all this. Now, if this was about basketball, do you think, if this was about basketball, Kansas will be getting an open invitation right now for the Pac-10 to join their conference? But it's not anything to do with basketball. So that's just a diagram of thing. And the Big Ten, to make things even more twisted, okay, we even put up the ACC or the Big East or the SEC. This is just the other half. Oh boy. Notre Dame. Notre Dame. Notre Dame. And like I said before, they have an open invitation to the Big Ten, which, as long as Notre Dame knows that they have NBC, they don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to go anywhere as long as they have NBC in their corner. So, why is all of this realignment? Oh, by the way, I would predict that if those, and by the way, a decision could come as early as Tuesday, according to sources, that Texas, Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, all goes to the Pac-10. I predict from that point, the pieces of the puzzle just falls right then and there. Nebraska will then go to the Big Ten. Missouri will then go to the Big Ten. And you don't have a conference anymore. I think from that point, you're going to see Kansas and Kansas State probably deflect to the Mountain West, which then leaves, and possibly Iowa State, which then leaves Baylor. I feel sorry for Baylor. Baylor, for those who do not know, Baylor is in the Big 12. They is a Division I school in Texas. But nobody knows them, dog. Nobody knows you. So sad. They're going to be gone. Oh, man. Nowhere to go. More Alf'Dawg Show after this.